Hello, 219 Tiger here, and today I want to talk about stigma. And I want to talk about something that most people don't talk about, and that is the stigma between men and women. With depression and suicide and a few other things. It's, for me, most people know, and I talked about this in my depression video, that I tried to take my life 15 different times. I got lucky I'm still here. I decided that I wanted to help people. I wanted to be able to, let people know that they are not alone, that I do get what they're going through, because I know how it is. For me, I got lucky, and I'm lucky to still be here, because there's a little factor, and this goes into the difference between men and women, and there is kind of a thing here. With men, we are conditioned, sadly. You're not supposed to cry. You're not supposed to show any vulnerability or emotion, especially vulnerability or cry, because it's a sign of weakness. We are always taught that you have to be strong, and all that is there's that stigma of you have to, be a certain way, because that's how society is raised, and society makes you believe that's how you have to be, which leads into men committing suicide. Most men, they do not attempt multiple times. Most men, they succeed in one try. They are less likely to go to the doctors and ask for help. They're less likely to reach out for help, because we are conditioned to believe that, again, you're not supposed to show any vulnerability and you're not supposed to cry. So you're definitely not going to reach out for help, especially with mental illness, depression, or how you're feeling. And to me, that's wrong. But that's how we are conditioned as men. Where females are, on the other hand, they'll do multiple attempts, and some succeed, or some get the help that they need. That is the difference between men and women. And it is a sad issue, because the conditioning of how men deal with things is bad, and that is the thing. And me, I can care less about stigma as I don't care about the stigma anymore. I don't care about what people think. I'm gonna be honest and open with my feelings. People don't like it, I don't care. So I get a lot that, you're not a man if you act a certain way, and a lot of them people have been conditioned to think that way. Where I've conditioned myself to think how I want to think. And that's it. Now, you would think the suicide rate would go down. There's supposedly all these mental health products, but I think, again, the problem is stuff being swept underneath the rug. I mean, it is still to this day taboo that we don't talk about mental illness as much as we should be. And we could talk about everything else. I mean, we could talk about the Kardashians, we could talk about Beyonce, we could talk about this person, that person. We could worry about what's going on with celebrities, but we cannot talk about mental illness at all. There's something wrong here. And there is something that we should be dealing with mental illness more. And when I mean dealing with mental illness more, as I don't mean everybody talking about going to mental hospitals. Which most people, when they think of mental hospitals, they think there's that stigma that they put you in straight jackets, they put you in a padded room, and you walk around like a mindless zombie. That's not the case at all, quite honestly. I've been to a mental hospital, been to several. I went to one where we sat in, it was a beautiful panoramic, it was in North Carolina, it was a panoramic view. Like, the views were gorgeous of the mountains and the, outside the trees and the birds. And we played cards and we smoked and we chatted. We talked as a group. We weren't drugged up. We weren't, we were allowed to eat. There was food that was provided all day long. It was a great healing experience, believe it or not. It was one of the best places. It was called Synergy. It was one of the best places I went, believe it or not. It was a beautiful place. And it was nice being able to talk to people that were my own age, that were there. And we did discuss why we felt the way we did. We felt less alone. Now, I went to a real mental hospital one time. That was not fun. I got sent to a place in Illinois. Tinley Park, Illinois. The Tinley. That place, it wasn't horrible, but it wasn't good. But again, we weren't drugged up zombies that wore straight jackets and put in padded rooms. I mean, we were able to watch movies. It was more secure, let's put it this way. But we weren't, they didn't sit there and constantly shoot us up and all that, And there's a lot of stigma, or if but I don't want to go to a treatment center. And I'm sorry to say this, as bad as this sounds. If you need the help, get the help. Any way you possibly can. Because it'll save your life. And your life means more than anything. A lot of people think that because you do multiple suicide attempts that you're just looking for attention. That's not the case. A lot of people that attempt suicide just want the pain to stop. Most people that succeed with suicide, they really don't want to kill themselves. They just want this pain to end. Because it's a never-ending battle. There are some people that manage like Anna, who have managed it very well. And there's some people that have lost because they gave up. And it is a struggle. And I struggle with depression every day. I deal with self-confidence issues. I deal with self-loathing issues, anxiety, panic attacks. I mean, I don't look in the mirror at all. I don't like looking at my own reflection. I am on the road to self-loving. I don't hate myself like I used to. I mean, I still dislike myself somewhat. But a lot of it comes down to, again, self-esteem. I do have low self-esteem. I've always had low self-esteem. So, when I get positive, it's because I was conditioned. Because I've heard so much negative stuff that was put into me that you start to believe it. And it's hard to uncondition yourself into them people who are wrong. The people that are being positive and giving you positive are the people that are right, not these people that are being negative. But again, this stigma and this conditioning that, you know, men have to be a certain way, females have to be a certain way. It's not good. And it's not, you know what I mean? And this isn't men are better than women, women are better than men. This is this conditioning that we are conditioned. That women have to be a certain way, men have to be a certain way, and that's it. And we need to this needs to end. Because all the stigma doesn't help matters, especially when it comes to mental illness. And there are several different ways to deal with mental illness. Anna just put out a very lovely video talking about meditation. I highly suggest you check it out. I think it does start with self-loving. You have to kind of love yourself. You have to love yourself. And I'm on that road to self-loving myself. Like, I mean, I'm working on quitting smoking and bettering my eating habits. And, so I do gain weight. And try to be more active. That's why I'm trying to be more like I took a little bit of a break off of YouTube because my anxiety was really bad. And I think now I woke up and decided that this has to change. 2019 has to be different. And it's dealing with keeping myself occupied and doing things I love to do. And I love making YouTube videos. So I'm going to do that. And I want to help people because that's my ultimate goal. Yes, I place random videos here and there. I started a new series, The Tragic Story Up, because I want to get them people's stories out. There's stories that actually touched me enough that I want to put them out there. They need to be heard. But we need to end stigma with mental illness. We need to end stigma with how people are supposed to behave. Because my thing is, it is sad because women are more likely to reach out for help than men. And it's because, again, men are conditioned a certain way that you can't show vulnerability and you can't, you can't show any emotion, such as crying or that vulnerable part of yourself. Now, a lot of I've cried on here, which is a big no-no. According to how men are supposed to be conditioned, it's a big no-no. Because I showed a vulnerable weakness side of me. I don't care. Because I am not gonna contort, and I'm not gonna up here to a standard that I don't agree with. I am me, and if that means showing, because I'm a very empathetic person. I have so much empathy. It's a gift and a curse. Me, I can feel people's pain. I know when people are in pain. I can feel it. And I know it. I sense it. And it does bother me. It does bother me. I've been having a recurring nightmare lately of a certain friend of mine taking their life, and the saddest part is the next day I got a message from them. I told them about the dream. I originally didn't tell them that it was about them. I'm not going to name their name for privacy issues and trust issues, but I found out that they wanted to take their life. That scared the holy Jesus out of me, because it's not the first time I've had dreams of people taking their lives. I've had, what's called premonitions. And I know some people don't believe that, but you'd be surprised. How I believe there's aliens and I believe in the paranormal. So, but yeah, I'm empathetic with that. I have a lot of empathy, and I'm not going to change myself to conform to a standard I don't believe in. And I think we need to end the stigma. And guys, this goes out to the guys, if there's any guys that are following me here, don't conform to that. I mean, if you need it, if you're going through something bad, reach out, get help. That doesn't make you weak at all. There's nothing wrong with asking for help. Okay, this joke about men not wanting to ask help with directions, screw that crap. If you need help, get it. There's nothing wrong with it. That doesn't make you a weak person. That actually makes you stronger. Ladies, this is for you. Same thing. If you're having suicidal thoughts, if you're feeling down, you feel alone, you feel, like there's nobody to listen, reach out. There are several, how you can reach out to the Sunflower community. We're all on Instagram. If you have an Instagram account, we're all on Instagram. I'm sure any Sunflower will help you. I'll help you. I'll be your friend. So I know what it feels, trust me, I do know what it feels like to be alone. I used to think I was utterly alone, and then I went on YouTube. And then I found out about a certain beautiful princess, Anna. Found out about her. And I found out there were other people that felt the same way I did. So you are not alone. You are not the only one. You are not crazy. And if people make you think mental illness, that you're crazy, you're not. Mental illness is something you cannot control. And here's another stigma I want to break. Most people will tell you, why are you depressed? You have nothing to be depressed about. Guess what? You don't have to be depressed about something. You can just have depression. So you can have the best life, live in the best place, have all the money in the world, and still be depressed. You don't have that. Something you can't control. It is an imbalance. It is out of your control. And honestly, with getting good sleep, a healthy diet, some yoga, some exercise, and keeping yourself busy, who knows, you can be on the road with a recovery. It's going to be a fight. It's always going to be an uphill battle. It's always going to be an uphill battle. Because trust me, there are times where I wake up and go, Lord God, why am I still here? And there's other days I wake up and go, thank God I'm still here. And I'm thankful for the Sunflower family. I'm thankful for everybody that watches my videos. You guys keep me going. Your strength, your kind words, keep me going. And I want to keep you going. And I want to, make sure that if I can help one person, then I know I've succeeded. But until I know this video is long, but until next video, stay strong, stay lucid, and remember I love you. Until next video, mwah. Bye. I love you guys.